Hey everybody, it's Wayne. Welcome back for another weekly wheel and other options update. Last week, I exclusively pushed out a video dedicated to my Best Buy transaction. Didn't give you guys any firm numbers for year-to-date option premium, and I can tell you right now, things are looking rather grim this past month. It has been very, very difficult to generate any meaningful premium. Why is that? It comes down to the VIX. When we are talking about options premium, it is directly tied into the VIX. The lower the VIX, the lower or the less lucrative in the form of option premium. And as a matter of fact, take a look here. I haven't updated this, but it looks like the 52-week low for the VIX was $12.85. It's even below that for today. So that's concerning for me, but again, I don't want to chase premium, but I admit that I do like to receive premium. So let's kind of talk about where we're at for the year, because I haven't updated the spreadsheet in about 2 weeks. So taking a look here at covered calls and cash secured puts, you guys can see I was at $21,673. Now this is separate from what I would categorize as being wheel stocks that I feature on a weekly basis: TQQQ, Celsius, PayPal, Amazon, and SoFi. Let's go ahead and give you guys a quick update before we get you guys some final numbers on my PayPal numbers. And this has been slow and steady, but I'm very excited about this progress. If you guys didn't know, a quick recap: I purchased 100 shares of PayPal on the 10th of May. My cost basis for those 100 shares was $64.96 per. And ever since then, I've been able to sell covered calls above my cost basis, which is really, really important. The trouble that I find myself in today with other covered calls has to do with one thing and one thing only, and that's because I sold below my cost basis. So again, it's never financial advice. You guys are following along for entertainment purposes. But let me just say this: you will have a lot of less stress in your life if you are selling covered calls above your cost basis. And that has certainly been the case with PayPal. So you can see here, my strike prices have been 67, 65, 66. Now, when I wrote this covered call with a 66 strike price, the orange field represents that I had to roll that position. And quite frankly, it's a good thing, because if I'm rolling a position, it means the share price has gone up, and I don't want those shares to be called away at the 66 price point. So I was able to roll up to a 67 strike price. And in doing so, I also earned net positive premium. Well, just to give you an update, yet again today, the share price of PayPal continues to rise above the 67 strike price. And so I rolled out this position yet again for net positive premium, this time choosing a $68 strike price. That means, and again, we'll just go ahead and round up and just say that my cost basis is $65. That means if PayPal continues to go up and the shares are called away, I at least have, built-in capital appreciation if that call is exercised, right? 100 shares I bought for $65 each. Presumably, I would have to sell those 100 shares for $68 each. That's $300 in capital appreciation. And then we look here in the upper right-hand corner, I've made $206 so far running the wheel strategy on PayPal. Okay, so let's get you guys some numbers here for June, and I'm gonna go ahead and start here on line item 325, and I'm not gonna go ahead and slowly scroll down. So what I wanna point out is the theme of orange. Anytime you see an orange field, that represents that I've had to roll that position out. And this is the problem that I'm currently facing with this sort of conundrum of, the VIX is at an all-time low. The market continues to go up well above the strike price on a lot of options that I've written. So Tesla, I have to keep rolling. Wells Fargo, I've had to roll. Celsius, I've had to roll. Amazon, I've got 600 plus shares. I've had to roll every single one of those 6 contracts. What are some other ones? Target, I've even had to roll. Southwest Airlines, I've had to roll. So this is the problem, and I can tell you right now, if we look at my year-to-date premium on covered calls, I've made $16,000. Now, a bulk of that has been in the month of June. A lot of it has to do with the roll that I showed you guys a couple of videos ago, but I can tell you right now, going forward, because so many of my positions I've had to roll out until later in 2023, I don't think I'm going to make anything more than a couple of $100, maybe $1,000 at most, going forward for the foreseeable next several months. So the bulk of my income from selling options is going to come from selling cash secured puts. Let's give you guys a quick peek at cash secured puts. And if we look at the sheer number of covered call contracts I've written in June compared to cash secured puts, by far I've written way more cash secured puts. It's really been the only way for me to generate premium. Remember, when you have a bull market, that's actually the best time, in my opinion, to write cash secured puts. And I've been taking advantage of this bull market, but it hasn't been without a few hiccups. And again, I go back to that VIX being at an all-time low. It's been very difficult to generate meaningful premium to the point where I'm like, should I even just hit the pause button for a couple of weeks, maybe even a month or so? So let me go ahead and slowly scroll through this. And what I want you guys to pick up on is a theme of larger valued contracts, and not value in the sense of the premium that I'm earning, but the value in that I have to have more collateral. So take, for example, line item 158. I wrote a cash secured put for Netflix. Now I earned $217, but the collateral was nearly $40,000. And so, yeah, you can make premium. You can make a couple of $100 on a contract, but you are going to be wagering or risking or having to have more significant collateral for these quality stocks. And that's been the case with Netflix, Nvidia, Tesla. You can see another one from Netflix. Celsius has also been back in the mix with selling cash secured puts. You can see here, I even, at one point in June, I sold a cash secured put on the Triple Q. Again, I only earned $76, but the collateral was nearly $36,000. So again, I never want to paint this great picture that I'm making so much money in premium. Yeah, I'm making some decent coin when it comes to selling cash secured puts, but look at the significant collateral that I've had to put up. So much so that my strategy has really changed. Take, for example, here, line item 182. I sold a cash secured put on the 21st. The strike price was $252.50, which means I had to have, $25,250 in collateral. Now, I did earn $188, but I didn't like that I had so much in collateral for so little premium. And so what I've been willing to do of recent is buy back these contracts when I lock in 40 to 50% profit. So in simple terms, if I were to receive $100 in premium, normally I would wait until I was able to lock in 75%, right? So $75, and I buy that contract back for $25. I have a different outlook, and so now I'm locking in profits much lower, even as low as 40 to 50%. And so that's been the case right here, even with Nvidia. You can see line item 181. I wrote a cash secured put on the 20th. It expired on the 23rd. Again, I did earn $272, but the collateral was $41,500. And you can see here, I didn't even wait but maybe a day or two, and I cashed out less than 50% of these 272. So yeah, I locked in profit of 132 and I locked in profit of 93. So far, year-to-date premium for cash secured puts is $7,515. If we look at the covered call premium year-to-date, it's at $15,876. So these numbers are significantly off. Let me go ahead and update that spreadsheet. There's two important numbers I want you guys to pay attention to. The first one being the options total. So again, cash secured puts, covered calls, that's going to update this number. And then I want you guys to look at the combined total, which before this update was at exactly $24,140. And here you have the updated numbers. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the options total. Now again, this is just covered call and cash secured puts. We've gone up from $21,673 up to $23,391. But go ahead and take a look here at June. I want to go ahead and point out that this number actually went down. So I've actually had, again, in the fear of losing some of my covered calls that I do not want to be called away, I've had to buy back contracts at a net loss. And so this number has gone down slightly. If you go back and rewind the video, you'll see for covered calls, This number was actually above the 16,000 mark. Now it's below at $15,876. Now, luckily, I've had a pretty good run when it comes to premium from cash secured puts. This number has jumped up significantly from $56.52 to now $7,515. So again, my total here at $23,391. If we factor in some of the stocks that I've been featuring within the wheel, and the only one that's currently, I guess, in motion is going to be PayPal and TQQQ, although I haven't done much with TQQQ. I just want to wait for that price to come down a little bit. So our total in options premium for 2023, $25,858. Again, I'll caution you going forward. At least from my perspective, I do not think premium is going to be what it was, and I am going to be a little bit more selective. I know that I'm not going to be able to sell as many covered calls, cash secured puts. Again, I'm making some decent premium, but it's also costing me some significant collateral. You have to be careful in those circumstances. Hey, I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. We'll see you on the next one.